Now we have a couple random projects that have kind of reared their ugly heads.
You would adjust the bottom ones
Right.
until it's aligned. Then you would lock it down with the top.
Okay.
That pretty much means we've got to buy a new toilet. It's Operation Head, or toilet, marine toilet. So what did you think about your diesel engine lesson?
Oh, it's good. I learned a lot, and I don't feel nearly as intimidated by our diesel engine, so I'm pretty happy about that. We got a slight issue with the bolts in the back that are gonna cause us to have to basically deal with our motor mounts so that they're not shaking quite as much.
The only way you'd be able to really test it is to pry up on it and see if it'll pull out of place. Here, and you should be able to carefully, probably lengthwise like that maybe. Because you got 4 there,
Right,
so
okay.
adjusting those bottom nuts,
Yeah.
that's where it's going to sit. So you would have all the top nuts off, and you would adjust the bottom ones
Right.
until it's aligned. Then you would lock it down with the top nuts.
Okay, perfect. But I'm a lot more happy with the way it's going to turn out, because I was picturing a lot more work with having to refiberglass stringers and stuff like that. But he gave us some really good ideas, and I'm happy to implement them because they're going to be a lot easier and not as stressful. Hopefully it goes as planned. It never does, but hopefully this time it will.
Thanks, Graham.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So what is this awesome soup concoction you've made here?
Coconut soup.
That's hot. That's really hot. So what are you up to?
I'm organizing my wardrobe. It's pretty exciting actually, because it's been turning into a mess because I keep shoving stuff back in without actually organizing it. So right now I'm pretty much going through everything, and whatever I know I'm not gonna wear, I'm dumping down there. So getting rid of stuff, making some space. It's kind of exciting, and I'm gonna be able to find everything.
If you're wondering why she's so red, we have our wind scoop.
It's awesome. It's pretty much like AC on a boat. It feels so good actually. It's really, really hot today. There's like not too much wind, and it's super muggy. Around like 40 degrees with humidity. So yeah, AC for free. This is my half. It's gonna fit in there, otherwise it's going in the garbage. And that's Corey's half. Look at it, it's just exploding. It's terrible.
Leave me alone.
So what's your morning read and enlightenment?
The best of sail trims, or the best of sail trim. 54 analytical pieces by experts on the art and theory of sail handling. It's really in depth, and actually I'm not even, I don't even know enough of the terminology to fully understand it. I'm gonna have to keep going back and remembering, oh yeah, that's that part of the sail and whatnot, because it's not all fully explained in here. This is very detailed on how to set up the sail. I was just talking to Alex, and it's crazy how you can make one adjustment on the sail and it'll affect multiple different parts of the sail. So then you might have to make another adjustment, and depending on your conditions you can adjust your sail trim to really get the most out of your sail, the most out of your boat, depending on slight changes in wind speed, wind direction, waves, and all of these other things. So there's a lot more to learn than I thought about sailing. From my perspective, it was just getting the sails up, getting some forward speed around 5 knots. I was happy, but this will kind of maybe allow us to squeeze more speed out of the boat and just have a little more fun and playing with things, I guess. So we have officially only 3 days left of work. Then some family are coming to visit, then we're going to visit family, and then we're going down south in September. That's super exciting. But we have a couple last minute projects to do that we didn't really foresee. Alex, talk about our projects that we have to do.
Well, our toilet died on us, so I kind of cracked a little piece of the plastic on it, which I'm gonna show you. So right here, there's all these little receptacle where the bolts screw on, and this one snapped right off, and that's the pump to be able to flush. So since that bolt couldn't hold the whole thing down anymore, everything was just like pouring out of here. That pretty much means we've got to buy a new toilet, because replacing the parts is just a bit too expensive anyways. It's like either we pay $100 to replace the one part plus an extra $90 for spare parts, or we spend $250 and we're gonna get a brand new toilet with all the parts. So that's what we're gonna do. Welcome to the expensive land.
Hey guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello.
You don't mind if I film, do you?
Nah, you've got some goodies for me? Well, one big box.
One big box.
One big toilet box. Woo! We got a card out there.
Yeah.
You can throw it in there. Thanks a lot. Hey.
Perfect. Let's
Perfect.
get this home.
Yeah.
I don't know. A toilet's a toilet. As long as it takes care of business. Hello.
What's going on, guys? Traffic jam.
I know, right? It's exciting.
What do you got? What do you got?
New toilet.
Christmas.
Fun times.
Oh, whoop.
It's exciting. Let's get in. I should have cleared the cockpit. A box in a box. It's Operation Head, or toilet, marine toilet. So let's try to get this bad boy out of here. In theory, it should be really simple. I should only need a socket and to take out the whole base, unhook my hoses, and everything should be easily swapped. But with boats, if you think it'll take you 20 minutes, times 10 or 5. So we'll see. Hoses might be harder than it seems to actually to get them out.
So let's start the timer.
Oh, and always empty the waste tank before you do that. So right now it's just some water.
If you haven't noticed, in all of our videos, Alex is the one doing the toilet plumbing.
I really don't get paid enough for that shit.
Except for when hoses get really stuck, then I get involved.
Which, you know what, the shittiest hose might be your problem. I've never taken that one out. Actually, it might not be too bad. Okay, just get ready to get the shower bilge going, because like there is a bit of water in the tank. It's no shit, but there is water.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Good
Wow.
job. Yeah,
Because they're all
we'll
legit bolts.
Still use the same bolts for sure.
Ooh. Wow, look at how cracked it is.
Yeah, we're definitely. Here, I can't quite get it on camera, but yeah, it's definitely seen better days, eh?
There's 3 main gaskets in a Jabsco toilet. There's the one right at the top, this one here, which helps, well, it seals everything and it helps your choice of wet or dry setup.
Now you're taking out the Joker.
So this is your Joker. It's actually a little open. And here's the last seal. Whoops. I think that's the one that just kind of raises as your piston goes up, as your pump pulls.
Yeah, it's
so
like a check
water
valve.
just kind of,
It
yeah.
only goes one way. So suck
Yeah.
water in, but then it won't let it go back.
And initially I thought I had it backwards, but it's really convenient. They actually only have 3 pins, so there's one way of going in. Merci beaucoup.
We'll have a very clean bathroom when this is all over. So as you can see, we got a shiny new toilet with the fancy locking mechanism, and it's a full-size toilet. It's not the smaller
Compact, I'm stuck.
compact version. Oh, there you go. Geez, you already got that bolted in.
Oh yes. Pretty straightforward. 4 bolts at the base of the toilet. Put that back together. By the way, the bolts do not come with the toilet, so make sure you save your old ones. Or screws actually. Then reconnect the waste holes. Make sure the hose clamp is tied on. Hopefully that's tied on. Then you reconnect your hose for your raw water intake. Reconnecting the vent loop for the raw water intake. One on the back of the toilet and one on the handle on the pump assembly. And this is pretty much to prevent the siphoning or backflow of water because the toilet is lower than the water level.
And we also should have one on that black hose that she just connected down there. But there currently isn't one, and that's something we're gonna have to add later.
Okay, so there's little notches here to bring your handle down, twist up until it can go lower down, and then keep twisting counterclockwise. Then this is locked. Turn on our water. Wet setting. Unlock.
Is it easy to pull?
Yeah.
Put it on the weird little nuts. Then it looks like I'm supposed to turn these that way to unlock them.
Okay.
Get it on.
Now you're in the bowl. Beautiful. Pushed in and we twist. And that should be locked. Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Beautiful.
It's pretty solid.
You like it?
Yeah.
Does it feel more comfortable than the old one that was smaller?
That's kind of nice actually. So we've got a little bit of a technical difficulty here. I spent all afternoon with dirty hands and gloves installing the new toilet and ripping out the old one, and I had called dibs on the first use, and guess what Corey did?
You called dibs on the first poo. I went pee. And it was so comfortable. It's a wonderful toilet. You'll really enjoy it. You should go try it out. Man, the summer has just flown by. We've been so busy this summer between working odd jobs around the marina and doing a lot of landscaping for the company we work for and trying to just get our boat ready. It's just been flat out. We barely had much time to go sailing other than our sail to Potahawk and a couple mini day sails, and how quickly our trip date is coming up. So we're gonna be leaving very shortly. Well, basically we've lowered the list down to more priority one stuff and other projects that can get done along the way. So we're pretty close to done all the priority one. Now we have a couple random projects that have kind of reared their ugly heads. So we got a couple extra things we got to do, but we should be able to get them all done before we leave. They're not huge projects, but there's always, you know, things that can go wrong and things that will make you spend extra days working on something. We have to mess with our motor mounts and try to get those absorbing the shock of the engine better, because right now they're really not doing so well. and all the shaking of the engine is getting transferred into the motor mounts, which are mounted to some wood, which then are backing off some of the leg bolts, which bolt down through the wood into the stringers and hold our engine in place. So we're getting a lot more movement on our engine than we'd like to see. We're gonna try to solve that by replacing the motor mounts, and hopefully the rubber will actually absorb the shock like it should.
Ooh, look what I found.
Is it still good? Definitely use some air. Thunderstorms are so fun to watch. Although there's not much lightning right now. It's just amazing to see the power behind them.
What you doing?
Hey, how was your shower?
Oh, it was so nice. There was nobody. Oh no, my basil. That poor thing. It's gonna die, you know. Corey keeps kicking it out. Did you get any lightning?
No, I don't think we got any yet. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil.
It's kind of cool, eh? Well, a little update on our radar. It's really working. It's picking up all of the rain. It's like pouring right now. And I've seen the cloud move in